All right,
Showing us
we
right,
are
bossy.
live, gentlemen. So,
Oh,
no viewers as of yet. Oh,
oh,
we have our first viewer.
oh,
Lambo's on tonight.
Oh, Lambo!
oh,
Holy moly!
Lambo
oh,
never joins
hey.
us. Okay, there was that
Hey,
one
Chief.
time, but
Yeah, there was that one time.
and it wasn't even at band camp.
Oh boy,
Oh,
It's gonna be one of those nights.
it's always one of those nights.
when is it not one of those
This
nights?
is very true too.
Yeah.
There we go. Get everything set up here. So, as everybody can see, we actually got all three of us on for once. That hasn't happened in a little while.
No.
Yeah.
And we have Roman Wick with us. Sort of, kind of. Maybe not really. Um, so
He's here in spirit. Well,
he
he's here in
is.
voice.
So we can hear him. We can't see him. For some reason, the gremlins have attacked his computer tonight.
Hello, mother.
So,
Yeah.
so Roman, you go
Well,
by
for
the
Bigfoot
call sign
fashion.
of preacher when not addressed by us who call you Bigfoot.
No, leave the picture up. Leave the picture up. It
You
works.
want the picture up? Okay, I can do
Why
that.
not? Yeah, why not? No one's ever seen Bigfoot. Might as well just live it up.
All right. Which call sign would you like to go with tonight? Because see, I did this up so that I could do either. We've got either preacher, or I can switch it to Bigfoot for you.
It doesn't matter.
All right. Well, Roman, how about you explain why it is that some people call you preacher?
Oh man. Well, it's a name I got from my buddy Adrian, and we've been playing for for well over 10 years. Anyways, so a couple of years ago, I was getting a new setup together and thinking of we were talking about call signs.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, if you were to call me one, what would you call me? And he's just like, he said, preacher. I said, what, because of Medal of Honor? He goes, no. He's like, it's Jesus like. I'm like, oh, well, that works.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
No, it's just interesting coming from him because it's been a point of contention between us, but I felt it as a term of endearment, which is nice. So I've just kind of run with it. We haven't figured one out for him yet. I think it's Jester because he's a bit of a joker, but he suggested Joker, and then he's like, well, you can't use that now because I suggested it. So I'm like, well,
that would fall into the rules of call signs. Yeah, you can't give yourself one.
No.
However, he can't be Jester. We already have a Jester.
Very true.
Well, I'm sure there's tons of Jesters, just like ghosts. How many ghosts are there?
Yeah,
out there?
probably one or two.
How many predators are out there? Point.
Just me.
Didn't we have that
No.
conversation with the Command Bros?
It was a heated debate, that's for sure.
Oh my god, I can't even remember last show. That was a bit of a whirlwind. So.
I think whirlwind is an understatement. Aren't people still viewing that? Like, we set a new record with that episode.
Yes. So.
We blew past records. Like, Jesus.
That was awesome. But, so yeah, so the reason we wanted to have you on with us there, Preacher, is because you've, been talking with the three of us on and off for a little bit now. You're actually the reason we all have those things. Thank you, by the way.
Yes, absolutely.
Mouth things?
Those things.
Those.
Are banners.
Oh.
Yeah. You are.
I'm looking at the wrong video here.
He's watching last week's episode.
Yeah, Facebook is behind. I'm currently watching everything on Facebook so I can talk to people.
Yeah.
Right.
And there's
I'm going to use
like a
my
5
phone
second
for
lag.
Facebook. And
Yeah,
this
go
for you
for it.
guys. All right, there we go.
So yeah, again, thank you for these. These are beautiful.
No problem.
So yeah, Preacher was nice enough to give us a little donation there that allowed us to get those. Um, once we have them, you're definitely getting, a little bit of swag from us, and in thanks, we just have to get said swag set up and made. So
appreciate it.
Maybe I'll name one of my missiles that I'm building after you.
Ooh, I like that. That's a good idea. So
bringing the
we'll
good
call
word
it, we'll
to
call
you
it the
and
preacher.
your buddies and
yes.
your city.
We'll call it the preacher.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So,
hey, it's perfect.
so I've, in amongst our conversations, we've also talked a fair bit about some of your different ideas. You've brought a lot of game ideas to us, and
vice versa.
yeah, you've helped us come up with quite a few games that we're hoping to, or ideas we're hoping to work into games through Tactical Supremacy, or TSG.
Right.
And I know you've got a plan for a camp. I know I've seen a couple posts from you about trying to see who's like gauging interest and who would be willing to go.
Right.
So why don't you, go ahead and you can pitch that idea to our wonderful set of viewers. There's a whopping 7 of them in there. So, but yeah,
nice.
Go ahead and explain your idea.
Right. Well, yeah. So I guess for a little backstory, I work with Youth for Christ or Youth Unlimited. The program I work with is called Worth Auto, and it's an automotive shop. We take guys from juvie, guidance counselors, yada yada yada, and bring them on and give them some basic skills with cars and do some mentorship stuff and blah blah blah, which is all well and great because I'm a mechanic myself. But the last couple of years, I've just been thinking like, okay, how can I turn my passion for paintball into something that can benefit the younger generation? Because I don't know, I think we can all kind of just look and see the way things are going. We're all kind of like at some point shaking our head, going like something's not going quite right. There's some stuff that we wouldn't agree with, and especially just in media. So I wanted to do something that would almost take it old school camp Cub style. But I was like, well, I love paintball. I'm super passionate about anything military. And I'm like, why don't I do something like a summer, like a week-long camp or a 2-week camp or whatever, and incorporate all those things together. So among many thoughts I had, one was geared towards like do a 7-day thing. 3 or 4 of those days we're doing paintball, but it's like when you come, you get a briefing, phones go away for 7 days.
I like that.
We've got early morning PT. Everyone's got chores throughout the day. You maintain your own gear. We hike to a field. We do day hikes throughout the week, and then incorporating in some teaching times like campfire times, instilling things like courage, leadership, integrity, things like that I feel are really important. And I'd also like I wouldn't just do this on my own. So I'd bring a bunch of people and be like, what do we feel is kind of being taken away from our younger kids in the broader media, and how can we do that in kind of like a short but intensive week away, I guess would be a way to, so doing certain scenarios within the paintball games and being like, okay, you're a team leader today, and coaching them throughout the games that you do, and then be like, hey, I saw you really led your team well today. You did this. I love that. And just being able to build them up in those things, and then hopefully they can take that little tidbit, a little bit of like a kind of those mini impacts along the way, or impressions that you can make on people. They take those lessons into the everyday, and then just gives them a little, even like say they're struggling with confidence, it gives them a little bit more confidence. Like, hey, I went for a week and I played paintball and I did these hikes and I was like leading my buddies and we all got along and I can do this. Or you take the super machismo guy and just be like, hey, I'm super stoked that you've got like a real type A personality, but let's kind of dialogue together. Let's talk. Like, how can we use that well in every day to day and not get so full of yourself or whatever. I mean, these are things that I would work through and kind of like build a curriculum, if you will. I hate curriculum, but just even a plan on like, what do we want to accomplish over this time? So, I mean, I'd like to do something age-wise, or younger ages is kind of less intense, but like high school ages, like, do guys, girls, both, doesn't really matter. Yeah, we're gonna do like maybe a 3-day backpacking trip, and we'll do paintball around that. But yeah, so I've been throwing that idea around and don't really know exactly how to go about it, but it's bouncing there. And I've talked to a bunch of my coworkers at Youth Unlimited, and they were like, "Man, you should just like, if this is what you feel has been put on your heart, run with it." And so yeah, but I mean, there's family in that too. So my wife and I have been talking about it, and she's on board, and we're just like, okay, right now is not really the best time. We got 2 young kids. We got 1 on the way. Potentially, we might have 4. We haven't quite decided yet, but a week-long thing isn't that hard to do. It's just kind of like, okay, let's wait till things kind of settle down for us, or maybe I'll get some inkling like, this is the year. But eventually, down the road, I think every paintball person has this, like, I want my own field, or if I knew someone that would be willing to give me the space for that time to be able to do that, that'd be awesome. So I've had a lot of people be like, hey, what about this? Have you thought about this? Or because I was going to do like 5 days straight of paintball. And then they're like, you think they could really handle that? And I'm like, that's a good point. I don't think I'd be able to handle 5 days straight. But, those conversations have been important, and it's been really good, and just really fired up about it. I'm excited to be able to do that and see who would come along with that, or maybe someone's already doing that and I can join up with them, and I don't know, but I'd be really excited to see that come to fruition.
Okay.
So boys, I gotta do this. Where do I sign up? Like, this sounds absolutely awesome.
What he said.
Yeah. What he said.
I
I'm with you 100%
absolutely
on
love
that.
this idea. Roman, you know what my idea paintball field looks like, and it's a dream I've had for years and years and years, and it's one that's not going to die. But it's at this point in time, it's unreachable. A camp like this, especially if we get in touch with maybe some landowners, and they say, yeah, come on into our back 40, build the bunkers yourself. So take the kids out for, like, say, a full week. We get them to build the field so that they learn to take pride in something that they've accomplished. And then we teach them some leadership skills. We teach them some outdoor skills. We teach them, human interaction at the same time. And then we have our paintball and have fun. So you can encompass so many different ideas into this. And I love it. Let's do it.
I'm seeing a couple people in the comments saying that they'd love to get in on this as well, and would, certainly do their best to help you out in any way they can.
I have a feeling with the amount of people, sorry to cut you off there, Grizz, but
no, you're good, man.
Everyone that we know has connections. We have connections.
Yeah.
We can get something like this done very quickly.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed within the next year kind of thing, quickly.
I know, Roman, you're mentioning in the comments there about the one paintball camp in Saskatchewan. I went to that camp. They didn't offer paintball back then, but
Oh, okay.
I can definitely pass along some contact info once we're off air.
Right.
And if you
One
want
of
to try
our
talking to them, they might be able to tell you some of the hiccups that they found and the solutions they found. It's always worth having the conversation, right?
Totally. Yeah. Well, I know we were talking about that one earlier. Luetta or something? Luella? Is that what it's called? I don't know. Anyways.
Loose Land?
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm not even close.
Yeah, the Loose Land Bible Camp offers a paintball week for, I think it's teens mostly. So yeah, for anybody out in the Saskatchewan area, definitely worth checking out. Small town Saskatchewan kind of love, so you gotta love it out there.
Yeah, so there was that one that you told me about, and then I know Camp Caroline does. They have paintball there, but I don't know if it's like an actual camp. And then I was in touch with a guy in California. Is it called Victory Tactical Ministries or something like that? But
Ooh,
he dropped off the face of the earth. I don't know what happened to him, but we were talking about it, and he was doing something very similar. And I was really excited, but super bummed out when he just kind of disappeared, and I wasn't able to talk to him about it anymore. But yeah,
looks like Heather's saying she's got a field in mind and possibly some other connections. So might be definitely worthwhile to touch base with Heather as well. So
totally.
I was gonna say there is a young man who was or is part of SAS Calgary here. He does a camp in Saskatchewan, I believe it is. I believe it is northern Saskatchewan. There's a camp up there where he is one of the counselors who is in charge of the paintball section. So I can get in touch with him as well.
You talking about Graf?
Yeah, Graf.
Abram.
I can't remember if it's Abram. Should try and tag him and get him to view this.
yeah, so
See if he can give his 2 cents.
So I got to step away for just a second, gentlemen. Bigfoot, I'll leave you with Predator and Spartan. I'll be right back.
No, don't leave me.
We're the ones that hunt the Bigfoot.
You gotta find me first.
Oh, that's no
Yeah,
problem.
well, that was my nickname back in high school. Bigfoot. Oh boy. Now it's Chewy, thanks to my father-in-law.
Finding you, no problem. Okay, now you have to explain Chewy. Come on.
I'm big and hairy. Come on. What else is there to explain? I look like, seriously, dude. I am one of the hairiest guys I've ever met. I haven't seen anyone in person hairier than me yet.
Most people don't brag about that.
That's the German in me. I really don't care.
He's still talking.
You're in the bathroom. Shut your mic off. He's trying to sneak in that
I
the
have
force
the
puppy
headset still,
that
guys.
Serena said he can't have.
Kyle is saying Caroline. Caroline as in Alberta, Caroline? I just want to double check
Yes,
that.
I believe so.
Well, Sean, camping shenanigans sounds like just right up our alley. So.
Oh yeah.
You can't go camping with a bunch of paintballers without some shenanigans. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
now.
well, I'll make the site for you guys like about 5K out of the way, so we don't hear you or have to see you. We're trying to instill good things in these guys, you know.
You might still see some.
We're very upstanding citizens.
Oh yeah, we're very upstanding citizens. Don't give me fireworks.
No.
Or
Oh yeah.
speedball gun.
Hey. Cheers.
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 I'll say cheers with my my 13
Nice.
next year. since my 9's completely empty, and I'm enjoying my my Brookside.
I'm enjoying
Nice.
this.
I'm totally bacheloring it for a week, and I have no alcohol in the house. How sad is that?
Quite.
I know.
Quite.
Sarah's gone until next Friday, and I have no alcohol in the house.
Oh man.
So Pepper's
No,
saying that
Sean,
since the
the
bros
bros are not
wanted you to
giving
have
me
a
a
new
new call
call sign, we'll just call you Big Harry.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, hell no.
Better
No,
than Little
Sean.
Harry.
No.
Sasquatch is open.
Oh,
No,
hey,
thank
that's
you.
Yeti, Sasquatch.
Hey.
Both,
I'm
both
good.
perfectly good.
Hey,
See, he can be
Dave
Sasquatch
sent
for
me-
now, and then when he gets old and gray, then he'd be Yeti.
I really don't care, Heather. You know that. Yeti +1. Oh God, no. Besides, Dave sent me a video that I am going to be using very, very for a lot of inspiration on how
I'm
to make
glad
my
you like.
mask look absolutely
Wow,
awesome.
yeah, thank you for clarifying that the video is for making a mask and not it's just.
My kid's watching. Be nice.
I'm
Younger
pretty
viewers.
fair.
We
Mimics
have to make
watching?
up for
Mimics? Oh.
yeah, we have to make up
Oh,
for our
man.
last episode. That one was not child friendly at all.
No,
Oh,
but
heck
it was
no.
but it was something to watch.
Oh, it was.
Mimic, if
I
you're
re-
watching, say something so we know it's you.
I didn't have my voice that day and I still managed to watch that show and crack a laugh.
Oh.
Sarah was on the couch in front of me while I was doing that show, and she's like, all I heard was laughter. I'm like, for
No
good
one else-
reason.
They just took the show. Like it was awesome.
They did. They kind of hijacked our
Yeah.
show and did what they
They
wanted.
hijacked it big time.
And I'm okay with this. I noticed even Bigfoot got quiet on that one.
What? Some of it was cutting out, so I didn't hear it.
I was saying
Oh,
on the
feel
last
better.
episode, I saw you were in the comments there, and then all of a sudden you went quiet. So
Oh, do that. You know, Bigfoot disappears. Right?
yeah. So
Holy shit, one of my coworkers is online. Hey,
No way.
Chris, thanks for
Whoa.
watching for the first time ever.
Chris, is that the one that went out for your bachelor party?
Now we gotta get you out playing paintball here. It's probably because there's no Oilers game on tonight, and he doesn't want to watch the Flames get their ass handed to them by Winnipeg.
Fair. Fair. Isn't that the same one that we roasted at your bachelor weekend?
No, that was Cody.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Cody is the one that we absolutely scared the living daylights out of. He's like, it's a good thing I was wearing brown pants.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't want to go out with you again if you're wearing, if you've got speedball gun. I'm like, well, too bad.
It happens sometimes.
Yeah, the only way we could get words in, Heather, was when they asked us questions, like about our wives. That was pretty epic. Yeah, that was epic.
Yep. Three luckiest guys in what, Canada, they said?
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
that brings up a question we can ask you there, Bigfoot. How does your wife respond to your playing of paintball? Is she for it? Is she against it?
Yeah, she's all for it. She won't play it, but she's all for me doing it.
Yeah. Does she come out to the field at
I
all
took
with
her-
you and just hang out?
Ha!
I'll take that as a no.
No, she has no desire to do that. The first and only and last time that she ever went paintballing was for my birthday when we were dating 5 years ago. And she turtled for the first, 10 minutes. And then it came down to, I think it was me, her, and another teammate. And they had one or two left on the other side. So I just ran back and was like, all right, follow me. can't sit at the back the whole freaking game. So we ran up the side, and then she shot the last guy out. But after she got hit, then she just went full beast mode and rocked it, but would never go back and play again. So I don't know. She probably just did it to get it over with. Snap the card. That's it.
Been there, done that.
Chris,
You know?
Chris, I think we're the lucky ones. Our
Yeah.
wives play, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my wife has said that she will play, but she wants the paintball bow.
That can
Oh,
make
yeah.
things
She's
entertaining.
like, as long as I can play archery with it, I'm happy. I'm like, oh, thank you. I have just what will work. So the interesting issue is once she gets it, she's going to be very quiet and very headshotty.
Ooh.
Very headshotty. Like,
So what you're saying is you
won't
better
even know
get those
she's there.
mask alterations done quick.
Oh, hey, I've got all winter.
So Justine has informed me when we get the beast up and running and customized to her likings, she will be running for strikes only.
Ooh.
So again, watch your tones, fellas.
I
Well, there goes
better
your
get
bank
that
account.
mask up
She's
and
a-
running in the winter.
She's a
Yeah, there
wicked
goes your bank
shot.
account.
Yeah.
She is a wicked shot. That's the scary thing. If we think magic is bad with a SAR 12, her with a 4.68 is even worse.
Ooh.
Because there's going to be close quarters and scary loud.
Well, speaking
yeah,
of that
I'm-
SAR 12, we have to give props to
Oh.
the gentleman who gave it to him. I gotta throw these up at some
We
point in the
almost
show.
forgot.
So,
This-
shout
this
out to
guy right
Jester's
here.
Tactical.
Yeah,
Huge
this
thank
guy.
to Jester for all that he's done to help us out, as well as to
Thank you,
Armadillo.
brother.
Huge thank you. Yes.
So, I gotta throw those in there.
Yeah.
So,
Got to do it.
which also reminds me. Well, pardon me. We've got our little show your bruise or show your welt, connect the dot challenge.
Yeah,
When
we've
Jester
only
was in
received entries
town-
from 2 people.
Yeah, Jester gave us this nice little thing to add into our prize. So I know that we had
the Merce.
I call it the tactical merce. These things are
That is
freaking
the
awesome.
Tactical Merce, yes.
So, But yeah, so it can hook up in about 3 different spots like this. I haven't had a chance to really play with mine too much. I've got one of my own. But yeah, so they're fairly comfortable. Got a fair amount of space inside of them. So if you're going on a
There's
hike or
4
anything like that.
pockets, and there's Molly, I think.
Oh yeah, there we got Molly. We've got
Yeah.
2 different pouches on it. But yeah, it's basically a messenger bag kind of idea. So yeah, a huge thanks to Jester's Tactical for this.
Yes,
So it'll definitely
huge
be
thanks.
added into the prizes
Absolutely.
for our Connect the Dot challenge.
I definitely recommend any Jester product. That holster I got off him is I can't speak enough good words about it.
Yeah, I can't say enough about my battle belt or dump pouch.
Yeah, you've really
So
taken to
far
that
the-
one, eh?
Oh, I love it. I've never run with a dump pouch before. Now I can't play without it. Right now, I think the only 2 people that are in the running for it are our fearless leaders, David Lamb, or Lambo, and his lovely wife, Diana, or Chimera. They're the only ones, I believe, who sent us pictures, and Diana refuses adamantly to be on the show. So if she wins, you're on. If you win, you're on.
Yeah.
And no matter what, you guys get the merce. So there you go.
Yeah.
You think it's sexy anyway.
Is she the one who had the Death Star one?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. She
Yes,
had the
she
Death
is.
Star.
Solid.
Yeah,
As
she had
far
the
as
Death
welts go,
Star
that thing was a thing of
and-
beauty.
As was Pac-Man. Don't forget Pac-Man.
Yeah, yeah. Sean's asking
Sean,
if he
you
can shoot himself.
yourself. Go ahead. If you're willing to do it, do it. I will give
That's
you an
awesome.
extra point for it.
Yeah, yeah. So.
And Lambos, I think, were from his time as Juggernaut.
Oh yeah, he always gets the worst.
Well, the first year was
first
the
game
worst.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Pepper
his
says
first
Death
year
Star
was
wins.
Oh, come on now,
I
Sean.
agree with Pepper. You're right. Death Star does win.
To be able to pull off a whole connect the dot with one dot, that's impressive.
I'd like to welcome Paul to the episode there. Thanks for watching, Paul.
I'm shooting the Western Canada Paintball Alliance logo into my ass. Do it. You do it. I will send you $10 if you fucking do it.
That could be greatly entertaining. I don't really want to post a picture of his butt on our site, though.
Do it.
Oh my God, Pepper! If you do that, I have 3 tubes of First Strike I'll give to you.
So, Preacher, how did you find us, bunch of weirdos?
You found me, actually.
Well, there was that, but you had mentioned that you kind of
So-
knew who I was before I started messaging you. And I got yelled at for that,
Wow.
by the way.
I did? I don't remember ever saying that.
Oh, well. Yeah, you knew who I was when I mentioned that I did a little podcast thing, and you're like, oh, wait, are you one of those Western Canada paintball guys?
Right. I had seen the podcast thing come up on the side on Facebook on a little banner saying like, "This is one of your suggested likes."
Oh, okay.
And I was like,
Oh,
okay,
wow.
well, I mean, at that time it was like, what, you're on episode? I think I started in episode 6.
Yeah, it was fairly
Something like
early
that.
on.
Anyways, you only had a couple of them. Yeah, but we started talking when I posted my idea for a patch on the PVC group,
Yeah.
and then you asked who it was for, blah 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 blah. And
Yeah, I
then,
recognized the
so
Alberta
then-
shape to it.
Yeah,
Because that was
pretty distinctive.
Yeah, that was Skull Deagle's site there. And he got mad that I was talking about something other than his stuff, so.
Well, I left that group because he wasn't giving the best advice.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, don't like that, don't like that, don't like that. I'm like, all right, well, if you're not going to help me out, then I don't really want to be here. So I was out. Anyways,
I think
so
we've
that's how it
seen a
happened.
couple pages like that fall apart.
Yeah, sadly.
Yeah.
But no, I definitely like your logo stuff that you come up with. I know we actually use one of your designs at in our little intro video there that we do every time.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, we do.
That's right. We need to give credit where it's due.
Yes.
That's probably one of my favorite logos.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, I'm glad you changed it, actually. Because
Oh.
when I gave it to you,
mhm.
and then you redid it, I was like, what the? And then when I actually took a look at it, I was like, actually, no, that's way better than what I did. I always make it too complicated. And then you totally simplified it. I'm like, pro, right there, pro.
Yeah.
Taking notes.
Well, the design you gave me, like it wasn't something I could work into a patch when we got to that point. So I just simplified it down a little bit, and we've got the maple leaf mask logo that we've been using since day one. So I had to work that in.
Yeah.
So.
It's brilliant.
Yeah.
But
I love it.
so. But yeah, so for anybody that hasn't figured out which of the logos it is in the opening screen that Bigfoot designed for us, the radio tower with the shield and the Western Canada logo. I added the Western Canada logo. The rest of it was him. So. Hey, Mrs.
Guys,
Predator's
I
on.
just need to say, my wife is on. So, hey, sweetheart.
Sarah!
Hope you're enjoying Ontario.
Yay!
You need to come play paintball with
Yeah.
us and shoot your husband.
Really, I hope you're on 10 o'clock.
We'll
at
hold
night.
him down for you even.
Yeah, I was gonna say 10:40. I'd be sleeping.
Yeah, no kidding, hey?
It's all good.
So since episode 6, when you joined us, to episode 20, where you're joining us on screen now, what have you thought of the progression of the show? And what suggestions do you have for us?
Progression, man, it's downhill.
Yeah, we did bring on Spartan, I know.
Yeah, it's okay. You can blame it on me. That's fair.
I'm kidding. You know what? I think that's the reason that this. I told you, Grizz, the main reason that I decided to partner with you guys financially was I really, really like what you're doing, and I think when I got back into playing last year, my friend and I, he's Adrian's Reserves. We wanted to play more paintball that was like mag-fed. I'm a Milsim guy. Say what you will. But scenario games. So we played years ago when I can't remember his name. It was Jason something. He was like doing New World Paintball or something like that at Weekend Warriors and Rampage. So we did a couple of games of his at Weekend Warriors and loved it. And like, man, we should do more of this stuff. And then life happened. And then when I got back into it, I saw you guys and then started watching and then just even talking to you. Your guys' openness to even do like mag-fed games was awesome, because I would love to see the caliber of mag-fed games you see in the States up here. And
As would we.
Yeah, so I was just like, well,
Yeah.
I know what it's like, especially being an urban missionary. I have to raise my own salary. I know how hard it is to fundraise and get funds for stuff, and I was like, if this is what I can do to help out, then I will. And I wouldn't have done that if I didn't believe what you guys were doing, and I think you put a lot of passion in what you do.
I'll be honest, we make it up as we go, dude.
Oh yeah, we
most nights,
literally
yeah.
fly by the seats of our pants every single night.
I think that's the good thing, though, and anyone could admit with that. It's like, you're genuine, and this show is you guys, and everyone knows you guys, and I would expect that as you continue to go forward, it would only be you guys the whole way, that you pour your heart and soul into this stuff, and I can see it. Even though there's hiccups and there's conflicts, and I mean, we've seen all that stuff. Stuff happens.
Gremlins.
Life happens.
Lots and lots of gremlins.
Yep.
I
Lots
mean,
of
you know what?
gremlins.
I think you guys are a big part of the future of Alberta and Western Canada paintball moving forward. Especially when you got big names like JTAC, you got Jester behind you guys, you've got Armadillo kicking in, you've got all these connections throughout the province. I'm all for that, and I'm like really glad you guys are doing this. So kudos to you. Like, keep going, keep pushing forward, keep pouring your heart into it, and this thing's going to be awesome, even though it is a train wreck sometimes. But you know what? That's what makes it fun, and that's why people keep coming back. Because if it got
Definitely makes it
boring,
fun
I'd
on our
stop
end.
watching. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think, just to add one more thing, like your guys' investment into charity events really stood out to me. I love that, and I really appreciate that.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm working on
While
this.
we're on that subject, just quickly, we do have the 3 charities that we wish to raise funds for at our 48-hour event next October. Sorry, Kyle, I'm not eating paint. However, here is a first strike round.
Kyle, I'll be honest.
I did put a first strike round in my mouth. Yeah,
I wouldn't put it past him, Kyle. I really wouldn't.
I'll be honest, the first time he picked it up and put it in his mouth, I actually thought he was chewing paint. So, I mean,
It
he
wouldn't
wants to eat
surprise me.
paint,
What
he
can I
eats
say?
paint.
Well, hey, if I get hungry, I got all this right here, so who knows, right? Back to a serious note
Snacks.
here. Snacks.
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 Other than Soldier On. Oh wow, even my wife's getting on a roasting. Oh boy. That's awesome. Getting back to the seriousness, other than Soldier On, we want to raise funds for the Alberta Council of Women's Shelters and Youth Empowerment and Support Services, and that is going to be at
Yes.
what did we decide to name it again?
Operation Gold Standard.
Operation Gold Standard.
Yeah, it's a big one.
So that is our big end of season event for next year that we are hoping to run out of Edmonton. And all three of those organizations are absolutely crucial, not only in Alberta, but across the country as well. So all of us having very strong women in our lives, having had struggles as teens or kids, and military members in our lives who we absolutely adore and view as our heroes. It's those are the three that strike a chord with the planning group for it. So I'm very grateful to everyone who decided to vote on it. And Jeff is talking about Festival of Bazooka Tube. It's not a bazooka tube, Jeff. They're being turned into rockets.
Bazooka tubes.
Also an idea.
The fins done.
Talked about the caliber of MagFed games they have down in the States that you want to see up here. What do you want to see up here in a MagFed game? Like, say you were to go out to a day for a MagFed game. What do you want to see?
Oh.
What does everyone want to see? Let's put that to everyone watching.
Yeah, let's reword it. What do you guys want to see at a MagFed game up here?
Because we talk to Roman pretty much every day. We know what he likes, what he dislikes. I personally want to do a road trip with that van next year, so just saying.
Yes. Just saying.
Pretty freaking sweet, huh?
Just saying. Love how you work.
Just saying. I like the camo. And Sean, no, you don't get to see my tits.
Why? What?
I think if I can revamp what I said, maybe not MagFed, but just it may have been unfair of me to say that. I think it's hard for me not to look at all of like the MFOGs, the Dominion games, the Snake Eater games, like all those big, massive games down there, and not be like, oh, why can't we have that here? Well, for one, the population density is bigger; they got more players. Two, they got the fields that can do it. Not saying that ours couldn't, but a lot like even Copperhead, like looking at some of those they're just insane fields, and I mean, huge. Good for them. Like, great for them. I'm just even thinking of Weekend Warriors. Bragg, you might have to like join some fields, maps, layouts, whatever you call them, up. But that's hard because they're all netted.
Yeah.
But even like Capture the Flag.
CTF lends itself well to it.
Yeah, you
it
could
really
do
does.
those types of games too. But I mean, like, I think even just our conversations about props, like kind of those little things that really help out. So having these rockets for one, or some type of bomb you can decode or defuse or whatever. But like,
Paintballprops.com.
yeah, a little plug in there for that.
I'm sorry, I like the things that they sell.
Again, I think it's hard for me to. I haven't been to a big game in a long time, so I'm sorry if I'm probably speaking out of a lot of ignorance here. Like having a lot of people to be able to play like a really really good, and from the sounds of what you guys have planned, really well thought out scenario games that can last a couple of days. And it's not just ending up being like everyone runs to the 50s and they just hang out there all day. Like there's like multiple different scenarios going on. Like you have to do this one to get to this one, but then the other team has some way to like sabotage that one or yada yada yada. I mean, like something crazy like that. But
So I'm hearing basically you want storyline, missions, and side missions.
totally, yeah.
I think we got that
I
covered.
think we can do that.
Yeah.
Yes.
As
I was explaining to you last weekend, Fred, I have a nice twist to Hyperion in the works.
Yes, I hear that, and as one of the generals, I hate you unless it's in my favor, and then I'll love you.
But come on, it's espionage. It's in no one's favor technically.
Exactly, that's very true. So, since we've mentioned it several times, I am currently in the works of building 2 4-foot tall, no, probably closer to a 5.5-foot tall missiles out of cardboard.
Gosh, man.
And yeah, I'm excited. They're going to be
Preacher
very
missiles.
realistic looking. Very realistic looking. Like if we
You're
were to
gonna get
strap them to a
yourself shot.
vehicle, we would be pulled over by SWAT.
Oh, so in other words, you're gonna get me shot with you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Well, henceforth they're not, the 12
only
foot
way-
long ones that I was planning.
Yeah, I ain't moving that with my truck.
The only way you get shot by SWAT is
Of course.
this is how
There
you
we
get
go.
shot
Spartan
by
has to
SWAT.
be a Spartan warrior, didn't he?
So
No,
Absolutely.
why not?
So these missiles are going to be used in multiple scenarios. We're going to use them in, gun owner day events that we play. Like we're basically going to take them to the field almost every time we go out there, just so that we can have
Nice.
fun, figuring out,
Ooh.
ways we can use them. I would love to have a interactive timer on it. So who knows? Dave said that he's gonna work on something similar to that or in those lines.
I has plans. Quite literally, somebody
But
sent me
I've also
blueprints.
I know. That's the scary part. I've also got an ammo crate that we're going to be incorporating into it for ammo dumps. I'm in the
Nice.
works of talking to someone for actual working claymores, working bouncing betties. Oh yeah, no, we are pulling out all the stops. We are going to do some epic stuff in the off season, starting with these missiles. And I've already got 6 of the 8 fins figured out. So, oh yeah, no, it's just gonna be just the start of it.
No.
Mm-hmm. Did you guys see? I know I told Grizz about it, but did you see that video from Robo Airsoft of their idea with flags and timers?
Yes, I like that idea.
No, go
I've
on.
not seen that.
Apparently we didn't pass that
So
on there,
what they-
preacher.
Well, I put it through the messenger thing. Maybe they didn't see it. It probably got skipped by a bunch of other messages. But anyways, they had a flagpole with 2 flags on it, and what you did is just pull the rope to change the flag. But in an ammo box hanging off of it, they had 2 battery run timers. So when you came to it, you pulled your timer out for your team, put a battery in it, and took the one out of the other team's clock, and then whoever had the most time at the end won that objective. So it was like a constant back. I mean, it's based off of the honor system that you're not just like taking your other team's battery and throwing it in the woods.
Well, if I remember correctly, I
Or
think
it
there
was one
was only
battery
one
between the
battery in the box.
Yeah,
So you had to
that's
pull
right.
it out of
There
the
was
other
only one.
teams and put it into yours. So,
Yeah, that's right. Never mind.
so
But, I thought that was a wicked idea.
it would
Very simple.
really easy to work that in. So,
Yeah.
so
Be
yeah,
like
for a
what a
timed
domination.
flag thing, that was just
Yeah, that could be a lot of fun.
when you can simplify things down, it makes life so much easier. So That seems like the simplest way of doing that.
Yeah.
I still want to build a tank though.
Doesn't everybody?
I do
Like-
too.
I want to build a full-scale T-93, I think it is, a Russian tank from World War II.
Evil.
What the heck was it? I forget. I still want to build a full-size tank.
The only issue with full-size tanks is you don't see the guy laying on the ground, and if you run over him, there's liability and insurance issues. And
No.
Yeah.
We'll put it to this way: full-size tank powered by people running, like push cart style tank.
okay, so we're just stepping on him instead of running him over.
Can we just
Gotcha.
strap it to your mic, Russ?
I probably could.
We'll strap it to your micro and we'll just have gunners on the roof that tell you where to go, or you can see where you're going. And
Oh my god! I think Sarah would kill me
Your-
if I. Sarah
your
would kill
car
me if I
is the
built
size
tank
of
for
a
my
golf
Minecraft.
cart, though.
It kind of is.
Perfect.
Roman, if you've got that the link for that video, feel free to toss it in the comments section there, and then anybody that wants to take a look
Absolutely.
can.
All right, I'll do that now.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And Kyle says that's what waivers are for.
Very true. Although anytime that I've actually
Very
read the
true.
waivers, nowhere in there does it say you may get run over by a tank. So, Deadpool chimichanga truck.
From the forest tier.
And now I'm hungry.
I want a chimichanga.
And pancakes. I kind of want pancakes now.
Oh, come on now. You're just being evil.
Oh, hey, I'm making pancakes tomorrow morning.
Nice.
Maybe I'll have to make some pancakes for myself.
I'm
Maybe I'll wait till the kid goes
making
to bed and I'll make
the
pancakes.
boss. See, I'm making the family a full breakfast tomorrow morning.
Nice.
Hey, Roman, do you want to bring something to my work tomorrow morning for me?
You just want to see if he's real
What?
or if actually is Bigfoot.
Yeah, I do want to know if he's real.
Maybe I'll show up in a Bigfoot costume. and just
That would be
Hey,
knock
there
on
you
the
go.
front door.
hilarious.
Oh, Sarah's got it right. Waivers need to be changed clearly to maybe run over by objects of destruction. Yes.
Yeah, because that also
Hey.
covers if you get run over by certain players. So,
Yeah.
We are not liable if you don't have your eyes open.
that's really all that you need to say. So Preacher, I heard you're
your
headed
head
out
up.
tomorrow. Where are you going to play?
Bragg Creek.
All right. So anybody that wants to go hang out at Bragg Creek tomorrow, shoot him. Because
We're
anytime
shooting
we've been
you.
out, he never is. That's why we call him
I
Bigfoot.
know.
Find the elusive Bigfoot, shoot him, and take a picture of the shot.
I want
Yeah.
lots
So
of
we can
photos to
verify
prove
that
that
the
he
You have to
really
take a hunter
exists.
shot.
Lots of photos of him.
You
Yes.
Yeah,
You
watch,
have
there's
to
like
take-
a mob in the parking lot now, waiting for me to show up.
You're
Like
welcome.
the second I get out, it's like pop, pop, pop. Okay, we're going home now.
See, and I actually put up an actual photo of you so everybody knows what you look like.
Okay, I'm not taking my mask off tomorrow. Then. That's what's happening.
He's
might be
gonna
a safe
show up
bet
with the
anyway.
mask on. To whoever shoots Roman tomorrow, you have to make sure that you do the trophy hunter pose.
Oh my god.
He's got to be lying prone on the ground. You got to put your foot on the small of his back with your gun by your side and take that picture.
Yeah.
Heather has it right. And yes, try to give him some welts to connect the dots.
Oh yeah.
Roman, are you going to be out at Gun Owner Day at Bragg Creek this month?
It's my plan. So I'm hoping to be out tomorrow. Well, tomorrow's for sure, unless everyone bails on me, which I wouldn't be surprised.
Then just go shoot random people anyway. Just walk on and join a
Yeah, if
group.
there's
and-
anyone
Yeah.
else out there, 2 degrees and snow.
I know a lot of
Hey, we
paintballers
played,
that
and it was
don't
pretty
care.
fucking
They'll
cool
go
last
play
weekend.
anyway.
Yeah, last
may
weekend
just, like,
was a
go
lot of
and-
fun.
Test my new valve for my 468. Yeah, so tomorrow, then the following Sunday, well, pending, and then the 7th. So those are the only 3 days I was able to make work this year.
Okay.
And the 7th is at CTF, everyone, not brag.
Not brag.
Okay.
CTF.
Fun.
Yeah, I was super bummed I wasn't able to make, what do you guys say, shooting? I was going to say SFAC, but...
we know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, well... yeah, it looked like a lot of fun, and I was bummed I couldn't make it. But
Yeah, well,
it's all good. I'm
you
glad
were
they
camping
put
with the
this
family.
together
I don't think anybody can really fault you there, so.
Oh, no, not at all. I'm not.
You know,
making
Bigfoot needs to be
excuses,
out
I'm
in the
just
woods,
saying. Let's make sure that's the right video. That could be awkward.
Hey, Joe, big shout out to Team Omega on Vancouver Island.
Oh, hey. Hi, Joe. Nice to meet you.
Nice to have you on the show there, Joe, watching. And Team Omega will give you guys huge shout outs.
So Kyle is flying out to Regina. Have fun in Saskatchewan.
Have fun in Flatland.
Are you guys going to do the Big Skyline Nation game next year?
Skyline 14? Is that how many years he's going to be at now?
Something like that.
No idea.
Like the weekend-long event, right?
Yeah.
We'd love to.
I would love to. It's on our bucket list.
We have to get Jester to it. He wants to do a Skyline event next year.
Cool.
Absolutely.
It's just a matter of getting him back out to Alberta.
List. Yeah, that's a little different.
Yeah, we just have to get it back to Alberta. I've had the pleasure of playing at Skyline before, not Skyline Nation, the event. I played a MagFed only event, and oh my god, Reed just he pulls out all the stops. Final game of the day, he had one of his tanks out on the field, and all I'm hearing is this big boom, and I'm wondering what the heck it was. And I'm told, oh yeah, that's his tank. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, he's got a tank? They're like, yeah, he's got multiple tanks. I'm like, oh my god. 95% of his playing area is all treed, and we literally loaded into the back of a horse trailer, and he drove us about 5 minutes into his property in the back of a horse trailer, and dropped us off the top of the ridge. And he's like, here you go, you got 3 hours to meet your objective. Okay.
That's awesome.
It was incredible.
That is the best way to play.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Oh, I want to next year. I want to. I'm sold. I don't know.
It's awesome.
Roman, you
Kyle
sold on
is.
What was that?
Are you sold on that? I'm sold on it.
If I can make it happen, I'm sold on it.
Well, yeah.
We'll just kidnap
Don't
you.
worry, I'm in the same boat. I make it happen.
So Kyle is becoming an RCMP officer.
Nice.
Hey, good job.
Congratulations, Kyle, and thank you for being one of those fine men and women.
Yes.
Also, Daniel, hat goes out to you for putting in your foot into the ring for becoming a firefighter.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just want to make a difference.
Even if I do make fun of you.
It's huge.
Oh, that last post was absolutely awesome.
Figured you'd appreciate that one.
Well, the best part is, I'm like, I know the response to it, and I'm probably going to sound like a douche saying it, but I'll post it anyway.
Yeah, it's still fun.
Wow.
But we have hit our 1 hour mark, gentlemen.
That we have.
So I think it is time for us to say goodnight, and thanks to Preacher, aka Bigfoot, for joining us tonight.
My pleasure.
He's always gonna be Bigfoot to me. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
Sorry,
Like I said.
Roman.
You know what's funny?
Yeah, no,
That's
you
why I
I
did
was
them
are.
both.
talking to Adrian. I said, so consensus has changed. I'm not preacher anymore. I'm Bigfoot. And I thought his response was going to be like, nah, that's crap. You're Bigfoot. But no, he sent me a GIF with Bigfoot on it.
Nice.
I'm like, I guess he approves.
So that means it's all official, like now.
Yeah.
It is official. He is
It
Bigfoot.
is, yeah.
He is not preacher.
You gotta go and retag all your gear now.
Wow, but I got these sweet name tags.
At least you didn't get a bunch of stuff from team tags.
That's true.
So
Yes, Heather, it does go by very
It really
quickly.
does.
It's because we have too much fun.
Yeah.
I have yet to have an episode finish when I'm not, nursing sore ribs.
Sarah's really gotta stop punching in the ribs then.
I know. It was my mistake for buying her the punching gloves, the boxing gloves.
that would do it. So, but
Yeah.
so yeah, thanks to everybody who joined us tonight.
Yes, thank you guys.
Thanks to
Absolutely.
Bigfoot for being on with us.
Anytime.
Huge shout out to Jester and JTAC again, as well as to Armadillo.
Yeah,
Thanks for
Armadillo,
what you
yeah.
guys have done
Yeah.
for us, and hope everybody
Thank
has
you
a
very
great
much to our amazing sponsors. Absolutely. And
Have
if
a
you're
good night,
going
guys.
paintballing this weekend, stay warm.
night. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be cold
Please.
out there.
We don't need anyone getting hypothermia.
So,
And Heather, it might be discipline. I don't know.
Whoa.
have you met you? Yes, of course it's discipline.
Yeah.
Even Kyle agrees.
All right, everybody. Have a good night.
See ya.
Night, everyone.
Bye, guys.